This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome everyone here to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and the J.D. MacArthur Arena for tonight's Georgian Bay U9 Tournament in the Bunting Division. It's the final between the Essa Eagles and the Collingwood Junior Blues. I'm Spencer Byers alongside Gord Chapman. And Gord, it's so nice to see such a young level here represented on Rogers TV. We're not talking about U14 or U13, U9.
U9, these kids, yes, I was at the game here yesterday afternoon. They're excited. They just love to play. One game was a football score. I think it was 16-12. The parental support that's been in the building, they made enough noise. You'd think there was 3,200 in here. So it's been a great tournament again. Kudos to Onsong Minor Hockey for putting on this and their crew that have put on the volunteers that put this tournament on this weekend. So, but U9, this is kids that are just out to play and have some fun. We talked about it yesterday about what local league really is. These are local league champions, and it's about the fact that we've got kids that are now playing at the house league level. Some of these communities have 2 or 3 local league teams because of the fact they can't put 4 together. Numbers have become a problem in hockey because partially there's a number of reasons, one, expense, and a few others. But whoever came up with this idea about local league, and they come to represent their communities, and then they get to come to a big tournament at the end of the year, and it's all good, and they represent their communities and that camaraderie and that team thing, and I think it's a great program, and to be on Rogers TV on a Sunday afternoon doing the Championship Sunday with Spencer Byers, who at some point in time I'm going to be able to say, I used to know that kid.
It won't be used to know, Gord. It'll never be used to know. It'll always be I do know.
No, I do
Spencer
know.
Byers,
I used to remember when he was, but who probably will do great things in broadcasting. So I'll just be the amateur sitting up here on a Saturday afternoon. But great to bring you local league hockey here this afternoon on Rogers TV and the great volunteers with our crew, which I don't want to neglect, and Mark Perry and the crew. So we're going to watch the standings coming up on the screen right now and see how things ended up.
Yeah, as you see there, Collingwood at the top of the standings at 4 points, 2-0 in their group play, as well as you see there, Essa second, as they are that team too. You mentioned how they have 1 and 2 teams. Elmville has actually both of their teams, 1 and 2, in this Bunting Division. And again, these 2 teams actually played, I believe, during the round robin, and Collingwood did beat them. So this is a rematch of their most recent game, Gord. So we'll see if Essa can come back. As you see there, defeated them 10-5. Again, some more lacrosse scores, Gord.
Yeah, so it could be a grudge match here going on, but you'll actually hear the noise because of the mics around the arena about the parents and the support that's there. But you see them getting ready, and of course, cross ice and the last-minute instructions. Some of the benches are a little short. It looks like we've got 10 players on the home bench, which are in your whites to your left, and to your rights will be the red team, and that's Essa. So, and Essa will be a little easier too because they got the names on the back of their jerseys. This is a class organization. So does the other team. So.
Yeah, so does Collingwood. Again, You mentioned only has 10 players, but are 2-0 and have been fantastic. And as you do see there were the Timbits jersey, which did surprise me, as the faceoff is technically won by Essa, and it goes back into the Collingwood zone.
Well, their names are down along the bottom. They're Timbits jerseys, but their names are on the bottom of them, so we'll be able to do that.
Essa trying to dump it out of the zone, taken there by Leal. Leal's trying to center, taken away though. That's now Armstrong. Around the end through quite a few different white shirts. 1, 2, 3, trying to get through a 4th, but that one gets the pocket picked. Armstrong whacks it back across the red line, but immediately back into Leal's stick, but again, give it right back. Dumped into the Collingwood zone, and they'll go back to retrieve.
You'll find on each of those teams you have 1 or 2 kids that can really motor, and they will carry the play, but I think the interesting thing is once you see the puck, you get 10 jerseys around it. So.
Talk about grip here, stick a little bit harder, Gord, at this, especially at this level, is Berube. Now around Armstrong, trying to go back to retrieve it. Berube will, but then loses it. Back up to the point, held in by Collingwood. That shot tipped by a couple sticks and stopped and covered there by Legault.
Well, Legault's in goal for Essa, but I look at those kind of shots that are coming in. How many times have you seen players at all the levels put that glove on the top of that puck, think they've got it, and it slides right underneath through the 5-hole and goes in? Every time that happens in this division, in this league, I go, oh my, so.
Face off again, won there by Essa, but picked up by Collingwood. That puck just flutters through the blue paint, still held in though by the Blues in deep position, chopped towards the net and steered away by Legault.
The Ghosts had 2 shots right now. Has managed to steer both away, but this is a high-scoring game the last time these 2 teams met, so I'm kind of looking for that again too, Spence. 15-goal
affair again. Getting the lacrosse season started early is quickly coming in. Is Essa, but a good save there, but it looks like Vesio. Dominic Vesio starting in goal for the Collingwood.
Big number 33 made a big save that time just for them. And that was a good scoring opportunity, coast to coast.
I look to be there by number 3, Murray, on that one. That'd be Dre Murray.
They, officials are getting things organized as we had an icing call. Another thing, too, the officials around our area, we wouldn't have hockey without them. Dan, we really appreciate what the organization and the instruction, and without you guys, the official middle stripe jerseys, we can't have a tournament of this size or.
You can't have organized sport without them.
That's true.
That puck fluttered again towards the net. That one just skips by, but Jorgensen will go to retrieve it. Jorgensen trying to fish it out, but just couldn't keep possession of it. Now here comes, almost there was Armstrong, but picked the pocket at the blue line. Taken back in again by Collingwood. 3-on-2 it technically. Berube wide open. Berube, shot save there by Legault.
Legault got off, good cross, good lateral movement, got across the goal crease and managed to get that big chest in the way and block that shot. But bet you that young man is going to be watching on replay. You're going to see him. There's a nice pass across ice, and there it is. There's the shot. He didn't waste any time, too, the big number 29, and Jake Berube had a chance but couldn't put it by Legault.
Face-off won by the Blues, and now fighting for it was the away side, but Berube one more time around one. Can't get around Armstrong, however, but does get a shot away, but blocked by a couple red shirts. Flutters in front, still in the blue paint. Berube scores! Berube gets Collingwood on the board, and that is head coach, I'd say head coach, Justin Berube's, I would expect, son Jake Berube, who gets the Blues on the board first.
Well, that puck was bouncing around in that goal crease and nobody could get control of it. And then once it was in that blue paint, just come outside a bit, got a stick on it, didn't waste any time, got rid of it and got the good goal. So you could see it on the Rogers replay just in front of you. And that's what stick-to-itiveness on that, I guess, if that's a word. So
that shot fluttered and Vesio gets there, kind of threw body at it. Well, the skates go backwards, but Vesio able to glove it down.
Nice glove save. Gets a little tap on the pads and top on the head by his team saying thank you and saving our bacon. That's Dominic Vesio, and he's had 2 or 3 shots already. I should keep track, but you know what? I think I will.
For Chapman, the statistician himself, as Collingwood gets it out of their own zone. Giffen trying to get it in for the Eagles, but as you said, 10 jerseys around the puck, and we see about half, if not a little more than half. As the Eagles will dump it in off a skate, it flutters into the corner. First to it, though, looks to be Johnston. Passed all the way around by Collingwood. Blocked, though, at the blue line. Essa keeping it in, Marshall will dump it. Puck fluttered into the middle, but taken away by the Blues. And they almost had numbers there, but the Eagles are able to keep it in and get it back in deep. Stanley now with possession around the net. Stanley around one red shirt. Make that two red shirts. Can't get around the third one, and it's dumped right back in as it's steered into the corner there by Vesio. Dumped off the boards. It will get out, so finally a clearance for the Blues. Giffen off the far side boards, but taken away by the Blues there for the second, and they will gain back possession momentarily as Armstrong now back on the ice, who seems to be one of the better Eagles on the ice already.
The Bayshore curse with the door almost cost them too many men on the ice, but referees decided to wheel that away with that door being just inside the blue line, causes offsides and many a time too many men on the ice. So it's the one curse about those benches over there.
Now it's a 2-on-1 for Collingwood. Berube back in the middle one more time. That puck centered in front, I guess looking for Berube, but steered away there by the Eagles. Stanley now picks it up at the blue line. That shot fluttered, blocked. Berube right there, can't get a stick to it, sticked away, and just could not get wood on that one were Collingwood. Though still possession, that shot, well, awkward angle, and just steered away. Legault looking sharp early here as that puck's taken off Armstrong, stick at the blue line. The Eagles can't get it out, but now they will. And that puck will go for icing. Yes, it will. It just had the legs. I wondered if the snow would stop it, but...
What snow? What building are you in?
Hey,
this game is just underway.
I was just seeing the snow under the puck.
Oh,
I was seeing.
I got it. So.
I saw the white under the black is all I saw. As the faceoff now goes to the right of Legault.
200 feet, they come back that, don't want to do that with this Berube kid out there. He seems to be on that puck all the time.
And Berube wins the faceoff, takes a shot. That puck steered wide. Murray picks it up for the Eagles. Looking to get away from Berube, can't. Berube stops it, it's steered into the middle, and McCracken will now be able to most likely get it out, and they will. Jorgensen blocks it. Now Berube trying to get around one. He does, but can't get around Murray.
Well, that was a nice defensive play by Murray as he managed to get position and knock the puck away. And Murray just brings it up the ice after I made a nice comment about it too. So doing a good work out there.
Obviously, he's got the headset on as well, listening to us up here in the booth, trying to impress. As now here comes Berube one more time. Round one, round two, can't get around the defense one more time, could Berube. Now McCracken through the middle, trying to get around Francisco. Can't, kind of, but the puck will be thrown back up to the point. Steered into the middle. Lavallee couldn't get a real stick to it, and now here come Collingwood again. That looks to be Berube one more time. Berube around one, Berube saved, I believe, by Legault.
Oh, did Legault make a good save on that? Got position, got the pad out, and Berube couldn't put it away.
That's almost a stare at the rafters type of shot for Berube, but now here come the Eagles. Stopped at the blue line by Francisco. Leal into the zone. Leal trying to center for Berube. Can't the first time, takes a shot. That one steered away.
I can't count that as a shot on goal because it was going by the net. So,
a heavy collision there at the Canadian Tire sign on the ice there as McCracken got kind of ragdolled there, but now here comes Armstrong. Around one, around two, Armstrong in alone. Essa saved by Vesio, but he's still got the rebound shot. Steered wide. What a save by Vesio.
Full tilt coming down that ice and stoned by the young goaltender Dominic Vesio. And what that so far is the play of the game, the way I look at it, because that was the tying goal all there.
And now Berube trying to get through Armstrong. He couldn't. Tried to center it. He couldn't. And now that puck is sent up top. It's blocked at the line. That shot stopped a couple times. Just can get a stick to it there. Look to be Vandermeer. But kept in though by the home side, though. But Murray picks it up in the slot, and Murray will take it away with some speed around Stanley. Into the middle. Murray, shot. Vesio, save, and covered up by Dominic Vesio.
Well, Vesio stopped two really good stops in the last 30 seconds, 35 seconds, and boy, you're going to see Armstrong coming in on goal, gets a head up, looks at it, boom. I think that's Armstrong's first one. Then he got a backhand and fired a second shot. That's the first breakaway that we saw Armstrong take. But he came in over the blue line, and he looked like a goal scorer. He had that head up and was ready to put it away, but then he got stoned by Dominic Vesio.
Show at both sides by both netminders as now that puck sent into the Eagle zone. Under a minute to go here in the first period. We will just have minor breaks in between the periods here today. Puck steered away by Collingwood there in the slot, but dumped around the net. About 40 seconds left here in the first frame. Collingwood now in their own zone. Have about 30 seconds to work. In they come. Shot. Save there by Legault. I'm not sure if that one would count as a shot either. Does that one also look wide?
No, that was on the goal. I counted that one.
The official score beside me counts it.
Did too.
That puck into the corner. Vandermeer's got 13 to work. Center steered away by Essa. Up to the point. Stanley picks it up. Stanley fans on it. One more chance here for the Eagles, but Stanley gets back, and that will be the first frame between the Blues and the Eagles, as Collingwood are 1 goal leaders after one. And Gord, what goaltending performances we've seen. We talked about how it was a 10-5 game in the first matchup between these two teams. We expected a cross score, if you will, again here today, but so far after 10 minutes, we've seen some great performances from Legault and Vesio, respectively.
Oh, Vesio has had the more difficult chances to stop, actually, to tell you the truth. Even though he's faced less shots, there's only been 5 shots on him in this period. The shots on goal, Essa Eagles out shooting the other. I got Collingwood Blues. I'm tired going at 10-5. So I had trouble getting that out for some odd reason. But yeah, Legault has been solid. He's only given up the 1 goal. He's got tremendous lateral movement for a young goaltender. He's come across that. So things will. Well, folks, they're still only got 4 on the ice. You need 5. Oh, here he comes. Trying to figure out how they're going to get this started. For those folks that don't know, we're playing 2 10s in the 15-minute stop time periods. And the first one is in the books, and Collingwood up 1-0 here over Essa.
Leo gives it off to Berube, the only goal scorer here today. Tries to get through I'd say too many red shirts, and Marshall takes that one away. Stanley, though, can't keep it in, and now taken away again. As the Eagles look to break this one in, whacked away by Berube, and now Stanley will have some ice to skate. Around Murray off the boards. Picked back up by Stanley. Armstrong steers him away. Stanley, though, shoots it, blocked there by Armstrong and steered away. Hurst Smith now tries to dump it out, and they will. And now Berube into the offensive zone. 1, 2, 3, make it 4, centered. Leo, stop again, and what a save by Legault to get the stick down and stop Berube. Hopefully the great Mark Perry can get me that on replay, because that looks spectacular by Legault. That puck kept in, though, by the Blues, at least for the second. It does stay in the Eagles zone. Quite a few shirts fighting for it there near the blue line. That puck off his skate. Leo goes to pick it up around Armstrong, and Leo will, and Leo's all alone. Leo, backhand, blocked by Armstrong. What defensive play there by Armstrong. And can they keep it in? No, they cannot. and the puck will scoot all the way into the blue zone.
Well, Armstrong made a mistake in his own zone, gave the puck away, and then made a beautiful play on defense to block it so that he helped his team out. So these kids can play at both ends of the rink.
Well, you got to make up for a mistake, and Armstrong did there, almost stopping a what looked like a for sure goal. As the Blues take that shot from the point, tipped, and it will go wide. Armstrong now picks it up. Berube goes to stop him. Can't. Stanley also goes to stop him. Puck scoots away, and Leo will just dump it for Berube, who will break it in. Berube trying to get around Murray. That shot goes well wide. Murray picks it up behind the net. Dre Murray around one, around two, through the middle, nobody home, and Murray is on a breakaway. Murray, shot, save, Vecchio, off the helmet.
Oh, I think that was right off his face. He didn't even flinch on it. He stayed right there and back. What a great play.
I'm going to have to use a Jay Onright quote. That's using your face.
Yeah.
As that one looked went right off the cage. Murray now in again. That shot steered away by Vecchio. Stanley now picks it up behind the net. Almost mishandles it. And Stanley will just fire it away without having enough legs for icing. It looks like it will, and it will.
Well, I keep thinking of curling should be going hard when the puck goes.
I don't see the sweeper score. I don't see where the sweeper.
Really, so. But they shoot it, and it just seems to look. You're going to watch the save. There you go. That was a big one too. So.
And then going the other end, Murray. And it is right off like the neck protector there of Essa. Face off now one.
Well, Spencer, I thought they were supposed to call it if it hits him in the mask.
I honestly wouldn't know. I would also expect that probably is a rule because of all the other sports I know about. Like with volleyball, if you get a ball to the face, they have to stop playing, make sure you're okay. But I guess the referees thought it did hit the neck and not the head, or at least made initial contact with the neck. As Francisco's offside, so now they got to come back. As the ref's trying to steer them back behind the blue line, and Stanley now's got to wait, and now they can finally go attack the puck. Jorgensen dumps it right back in. That one will be poked away in behind the net there by Legault. Almost mishandled, given away. Dazzle almost had a chance there, but that puck is just cleared out by the Eagles, and Francisco goes down. Steers it back in, though, and that will be an offside call against Dazzle.
Well, the shots on goal this part of the period so far, 4 minutes in, just 2-1 in favor of Collingwood, but a lot of the scrappy play somewhere around center ice. Kids are having fun, though. You'd think they're in the Stanley Cup. That's so cool.
Well, hey, the most important part, Gordon, is having fun, especially at this type of level, at the U9 level especially, Gordon.
Yes, yeah, and I think that's how the kids should be to learn the game. Puck slides in to Legault. I don't know why he's sitting on it, but
I think it's because it just went under his pad and didn't want the chance of it getting by him. The face-off will now go to the right there of Legault. That face-off won by Berube and shot just wide. Leal puts it around. Rogers will send it right back to Leal, who beats Armstrong to it. Rogers, again, looks to kind of board play. Berube comes back and takes it away, but gets tripped up, but still keeps possession of it. Berube shot from a really tight angle, and that one goes right across the face of goal.
Berube sure has a nose for the net, doesn't he? He knows where it is. When he gets that puck, he doesn't waste any time in putting it on the goal. So,
as now here come the Eagles. Dixon there trying to get around, gets poked away. And now Collingwood trying to get out of their zone. Wheel up for Berube. Berube's able to pick it up, and it will now get out around Armstrong. Berube trying to get around and just could not, as Berube's now on the ice. So I guess Armstrong did get a hold of him. And that stopped there by Francisco, basically tripped up, but possession stays in the Collingwood zone. Armstrong now, backhander, Vecchio saves it. Vecchio throws a stick at it, it stays out. I think that's Berube goes to play chase, and Berube will now pick it up. around one, tripped up, and they've kind of kept the whistles in the pocket there, Gordon. Finally, they will be calling a tripping minor against the Essa Eagles.
Can't see who the number there. Oh, there's number 17 gets the gate. Heading into the penalty box is Carter Gerlach, and it's going to be tripping. Gerlach going to spend the next 2 minutes in the sin bin.
Or less, if Collingwood's able to find their second marker of the night. But again, we've had quite a low-scoring final, which I think makes it for you and I way more exciting. As now, here comes, it looks to be Armstrong, short-handed, around the edge, is Armstrong away, Armstrong! Saved again by Vescio, my goodness, Dominic Vescio! You gotta love a goalie showing a U9 game, Gordon.
Both these goaltenders are putting on a clinic, and they're making a really good showing this out. 1-0 game here, well into the second period. Not a lot of whistles either.
Stanley will now go to retrieve. The Kraken playing chase. Again, Collingwood right now on the man advantage. Berube now trying to get around. Berube gets it poked off his stick. Vandermeer trying to get it through. Cannot, but Vandermeer goes to retrieve one more time. Picked up now by Berube. Will just fire it from the red line. And stopped up and covered up there by Legault.
That's not a bad play by Legault to make sure he's got the puck, get a face-off, dude, in the offense, zone. These guys have been buzzing around this as a team, and they've been giving them all kinds of trouble. So why give them a chance to knock it into the corner and give them an opportunity to win the draw, comes back outside. So.
And Berube, that shot saved there by Legault. Took a deflection there, but was able to still keep the stick down as that puck will get fired out as Francisco goes to retrieve. Is able to get it out. Yes, they will. Berube around Giffen. Berube, 2-on-1. Berube around. Berube scores! Berube with number 2, and Collingwood's up 2-0.
Wow. There's a happy young camper. You see Berube, number 29. Nice move. Goes to the outside, gets it on his forehand, looks for the far side of the net. Legault had it nicely covered, except just that could not get it all. And picking that corner was Berube. Did a really nice job on it.
Armstrong almost got there for the block, but just could not outweight Berube as Berube wins the faceoff. Berube in again. Gets around Master, scores! Jake Berube, make it 3. It's a hat trick for Jake Berube. 3-0 now Blues. That's 2 goals in a matter of what, Gord? 8 seconds, 6 seconds, something like that?
Well, it's the old adage, put it at the net, and that's really the first mistake Legault has really made in this game. And you're going to see the shot. He wasn't quite ready for it, and it just slid inside the post. He's been really good going side to side, and he didn't expect Berube to shoot it from out there. But boy, that was a beautiful shot.
Berube
and
trying to do the same thing
full
again.
marks. But right now, Berube's sitting with 3 goals.
As Legault steers that one into the corner, but guess who? Berube again going after that one, but Murray and him collide. The Eagles now lose possession behind the net. Jorgensen puts it around. Steered up towards the blue line. Stanley there, but picked up before it got there. Leo will dump it into the corner. Armstrong goes to retrieve, but Berube's right there. Berube could not pick the pocket of Armstrong, and Armstrong's got a full head of steam. Around 1, can't get around number 2. What a defensive play there at the blue line to keep that puck in for Francisco. As Armstrong now definitely happy about that. We'll go back to retrieve again. Leal behind the net. Trying to get around the 2 red shirts fighting for it. They will get away with it, but now picked up again. Backhander blocked, that's Berube. Berube again, shot, that one just goes wide. And Masters will rim it around. Stanley will beat him there though. What puck possession by the Blues? Stanley, shot, tip. That one goes wide, and Leal can't retrieve. Jorgensen will go to meet. Armstrong will dump it. Will it make it out? Yes, it will. It just scoots out of the zone. But Berube will just shoot it from the red line, and they'll go for the change.
Well, that's the amazing part about this game. You talk about going for a change. There hasn't been very many whistles, and this has been a quick period. This 9 minutes have gone.
And Armstrong now in all alone for the second there, but 5 white shirts decide to say no thank you to that. That puck now up the ice. Johnston tries to get through, but is not able to. Under a minute left to go. You mentioned this periods have been quick. They've been lightning here in this second frame. Vandermeer got 45 to work. Vandermeer loses it to Murray and steered into the corner. Vandermeer still fighting for it. Gets taken down, and now Murray will get away with it. Round 1. Got Stanley to beat. Murray can't beat Stanley, and they will throw it up. Armstrong, though's got 25 to work. Around Vandermeer. Around Murray. Around Johnston, but loses it at the blue line to Dazil. That puck dumped back in. There's about 12 left to go here. Stanley has a chance to just dump it, and he will. And Murray loses it. Armstrong has a chance to charge at it. He will. Armstrong, that's offside, and even trips up there at the blue line. And
that was knee on knee. And even though it was accidental, you can see he's touching that. I've experienced knee injuries. I'm telling you, that is not a nice feeling. And he's heading to the bench. Trainer's coming down to look at him too. Boy, that was quite the collision. 3 seconds left, but that a little concerning.
Marshall and Armstrong there colliding at the blue line. Face off won by the Blues, and that will be the second frame as Collingwood triple the lead from 1-0. Well, I guess double the lead, but make it 3-0 for the Blues.
Shots on goal too are 15 for Essa Eagles and only 9 for Collingwood. But Collingwood's had some good scoring chances, just haven't been able to bury one. So you're not supposed to mention that word. I did that one with Ken Williams, and I never heard the end of it for 3 weeks. I mentioned that word about the fact where you got that.
Yeah. I almost did too. I almost mentioned it during the third period, and I got told not to, so I said, okay, I will not. But
I did that. Right now, 3-0, what we're talking about, and see their goaltender getting some work done on his equipment. Vesio, what a great game he's had so far. Anything that's been thrown his way, he's just been just like a vacuum cleaner, been able to clean it up. But, you know, yesterday I watched the local league game at the second game, and it was one of the most exciting games I've seen all year long. I'm talking rep hockey. I'm talking, sometimes you look at attack games, you see some really good stuff, but these kids come to play.
Berube, and again, that backhander goes well wide, but still had that far side opportunity. Berube trying to get through. Giffen there, centered in front. Leal wide open, and a great save by Legault, and a look skyward by Leal.
Well, I tell you, you watch Legault, he just sets himself up so nice, and he comes across ice, and he realizes he's there. Look at this coming across. If Berube had got it upstairs, I would, but the fact that he had the presence of mind to come back across the goal, there's the shot again. You see it on replay. And
that puck does squeeze out of the zone. Benner Leal, one of the line mates of Jake Berube, and they've been a dynamic duo, if you will, here tonight. That puck fired well through quite a few red shirts again. This is now a 15-minute third and final period, most likely here in the U9 Bunting final. I think that's Berube. In alone again, backhander, good save by Legault. And it was Berube who could not find a hole, as that puck skips over the stick of Francisco, but they're able to keep possession.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that Legault has kept this game at a reasonable pace, because he's been the player of the game for them as he shut the door. He's given up 3, but boy, he's made more saves. His save percentage is something else. So
Berube trying to get it through Hurst Smith. Can't, at least for the second. At the point, tried to get it through some legs. And it will now get out for Essa. They can now come in. Backhanded, that one well wide. Top of the blue line, through some legs, and again here come Collingwood. Johnston can't get through, however. For Smith now. Still trying to get through some white shirts, can at the moment and will not. That shot right at Armstrong. Armstrong loses possession, in all alone. Vandermeer, saved by Legault. But Armstrong can't get that one out. Shot back in, Vandermeer. Shot blocked by Armstrong. McCracken picked up again. Daziel can't get that one on target. Armstrong able to keep it in. I believe that's Vandermeer again. Vandermeer spinning, or that's Daziel, pardon me. That shot almost hit by Vandermeer, but possession now still with the Blues, but now for the Eagles, and they have a chance. Blocked, though, was McCracken. And that puck almost dumped back in. Still fighting for it there near the blue line. Vandermeer all alone. Vandermeer, shot. Legault still saved it as Vandermeer shoots that one, shoots the rebound wide. The puck just can't get to the stick of Johnston.
Oh, Johnston had a glorious chance if he got his stick on it. It just wasn't there. So a lot of pressure right now.
Nazeal now going to retreat for Armstrong. Armstrong, though, with a full head of steam. Round one, round two, Stanley the only player back. But what a play there. That will be a minor against the Blues, as touched up there, as it will be head contact, the call. I thought it'd just be a tripping minor, but anyway.
Whatever it is, I mean, that could just it was about anything, holding, mugging, tripping, head contact. You call anything for that. I guess they ended up in such a pileup, but Essa's going to go on the power play.
It's Berube taking a seat.
Oh, 2 minutes for, didn't see the signal, but whatever it was, he's been a bad boy and ended up in the sin bin. So, but
that's a big loss here for the Blues to lose Berube for 2 or less. This gives Essa a great chance to get their first of the night and see if they can finally turn the tide in this one. Armstrong, shot, blocked and saved there by Vesio. Vandermeer was able to get a stick to it. Possession, though, still in the blue zone. Murray around. Murray shoots it. That one steered wide. Trying to center for McCracken, taken away, and the Blues might have a chance to clear it. They still have possession of it deep in their own zone. And still puck possession. That puck now to the blue line. It will skate through a couple red shirts and just get out. Armstrong now getting hassled by Leal, and Armstrong will get away. Armstrong now with a full head of steam. Around the third. Can he get around the fourth? No, he cannot. Armstrong, though, still with possession. Murray, shot wide, I believe.
No, that hit the body in front of the net, and it was a good block. I couldn't see the number to who did it. He got a piece of it. Didn't get on goal, though.
Vandermeer now going to retrieve it around Armstrong. Trying to get around Murray. Cannot. About 50 seconds left in the Berube minor. Here comes Murray, however. Murray around Leal. Murray around the net. Takes a tumble. Was he touched? I guess not. No arm goes up by either referee.
Just blew a tire as he went in behind the goal, and unfortunately the scoring chance went by the wayside.
Armstrong shot blocked and immediately dumped there by Collingwood. It's now the line change will come. That would be Leal's dump as Armstrong retrieves. Armstrong into the offensive zone. Armstrong in, taken down. Was there a call there? There was not. Just got tangled up again.
What happens was you look up here with Armstrong, and he's making one too many moves, and then he's getting stopped. He's trying to stick handle a lot more than what he should. He's just shoot that puck, and he has the wheels and what to get there.
Stanley tried to lift a backhander there right in front of the Legault net. That puck steered right towards Legault, who will cover it up, and the Berube minor is done, so a penalty kill for the Collingwood Blues, even though Essa definitely had quite a few opportunities, Gordon.
Oh, on that last play, Lavalley got back and just saved the bacon as Legault couldn't and knocked that puck off into the corner and made a good defensive play at that. So it's time now. You know, I always do this, and it's just about time I start talking about it, but time's now becoming a factor. 3-0 game, 9 minutes remaining in this contest, and there's now 4. That was quick. You didn't even have the time to go scores.
Make it a 4-peat for Jake Berube. And my jaw dropped when I saw that puck. I think it took a deflection, Gord, but watch where he puts this puck, and I got to use your quote, where they keep the can of corn, Gord. Look at that. Top.
That kid, that's his 4th goal, and pretty well got a lock-on player of the game, if you ask me. 4-0 now, and that's a tough mountain to climb.
Vestio might have an argument for player of the game with Berube, in fairness. Leo blocked in front there by Armstrong. Berube trying to pick it back up, could not. Now into the middle, Murray. Trying to get around Stanley. Stanley tries to get a whack. Shot, Murray, that one, I think it's a crossbar.
Got the glove, too. Got the glove on it. And
now Murray's slow to get up. And they're going to call, I think, a minor, or I believe that's an icing call there against Collingwood, as Murray now looks no worse for wear. Again, was slow to get up there behind the net.
Well, those boards are pretty hard. It's been a while since I've hit one of them, but let me tell you, I didn't like it as an old-timer either, so they don't move. It amazes me the punishment that the ROHL players take on a nightly basis with hitting that glass and those boards. And these kids are still growing, so every jolt hurts, let me tell you.
Bazile trying to get that one out. Masters dumps it back in, but immediately ripped out by the Blues, and Armstrong will have to go to retrieve all the way back in his own zone. Bradley Armstrong loses possession of it, but right back is, I believe that is Rogers. Rogers being pressed by Vandermeer, picked up now by DeZiel. DeZiel trying to keep it in. They will not, as that one taken out. Johnston, though, will take a shot from the blue line, just outside of it, but blocked immediately by some red shirts. Vandermeer dumps that one into the corner. Armstrong goes to retrieve. Vandermeer picks the pocket, however, and is able to get a chop it up in the air. Still got possession, 1-on-4, and Vandermeer still got a chance at it, and now steered away as Plester will get it out. At least get it out to Armstrong, who will get it out. And now Armstrong, 1, 2, 3, 4. Armstrong alone, scores! Finally beats Vestio. And the shutout no more for the Collingwood Blues netminder, but Dominic Vestio's night has still been rather impressive.
Oh, no doubt. But finally Armstrong managed to break free, and as he comes across the blue line, stopped fiddling with the puck and decided to put it on his forehand, and boom, he just about didn't get that either because he backhanded, just got his last, got inside the post, and I thought he got it on the forehand originally, and then when you watch it on replay, where replay tells stories.
Dixon now trying to get through quite a few white shirts. Dixon puts that one wide. Stanley picks it up behind the net for the Blues. That shot right at Dixon stops it. Great for Armstrong. Armstrong shot tipped by Jorgensen, but is able to pick up possession. I do want to mention that they've been seeing it a couple times. I want to make sure I saw it clearly. Jorgensen is listed captain, as that will be a minor again against, I want to say, that's Berube again. We'll see if it is. But again, this time, the Eagles.
That amazes me. Doesn't what level of hockey referee calls a penalty and out come the hands. What'd I do? Okay. Yep. Jorgensen, I think number 18 is into the defender box. So. What'd I do? Another chance to get this game a little bit closer for Essa. They're down 4-1, and now they're on the power play. And you can see their big player, Armstrong, is on the point.
And now Armstrong retrieves. Armstrong trying to get around Berube, and that's be actually called an offside there against the Eagles. And I do want to mention that I believe the player, at least from what the in-house scorekeeper got, would be number 23 for the Blues, William Bedruix, pardon me. A name I've almost go as far as say I've tried to not say to make sure I don't butcher it as badly as I know I could, as now Berube backhands it. I think that one steered away by Legault.
But that wasn't really on the goal either. Those you got to watch, too.
Armstrong threw a couple white shirts. Leal trying to stop, and Leal will. And now Leal with a chance of lots of ice to skate. Leal around the edge. Leal stops up. Can they get a shot away? They will. It goes wide, but Berube wide open, scores! Berube make it 5. I'll call it an intentional pass by Leal, but it works out to perfection for the Blues, and that's a shorty.
It's a shorthanded goal, but they sure bounce. Watch this. Boom, back out the other side. That's a planned play by all the rep teams and the OHL. Off the back, out the front, or right straight back out. The Bayshore bounce goes to work for the Collingwood Blues,
who are still shorthanded, might I add. Dixon now gets it in.
And that pretty well salts this one away. But what a great goal that was, and what great presence of mind to be at the side of the net like that to pick up the rebound. There's a shot. Oh.
Vesio, what a save! And the referee blows it dead, but what a save! Dominic Vesio, my goodness!
Well, you know what? It's 5-1, and the reason why it's 5-1 is because of Vesio. Any chance, a really good scoring chance that they had, you see Armstrong take the shot, and then Vesio just gets himself a big body in front of the puck and squeezes it. But he's been dynamite all game. You know, he's only faced 19 shots, but boy, there's been a number of them been really good scoring opportunities, and Armstrong's had 2 or 3 of them. And Vesio's just been that good.
Even with the one goal, you got to be thinking Armstrong must be still looking skyward, thinking, how do I beat this guy?
Well, he may lose sleep tonight, which I don't want to see a 9-year-old having to do. There's a shot off a mask in front.
The post.
Hey, Vesio again.
Oh my goodness, hit the post.
Hit the post, but also went off Vesio and was blocked in front off the helmet of 22, who is Carter Stanley. And boy, I'll tell you, Essa's really putting on the. There's another shot off a leg.
That's Stanley with the block there. Deep again in the zone. That shot up and off of Murray's stick, and trying to get off his Armstrong, and he will.
Yeah. Again, referees let that go. That was too many men on the ice. That puck actually hit him going off. Again, the curse of that door, and referees are triggering this local league style, and the kids are not intentionally trying to play it. So
Dixon scores through 2 5-holes, and that will make it 5-2.
That was Grayson Dixon. I think they got the shot away, makes it 5-2, but there's a case where Vesio probably didn't see it. When he finally did, it was a little late. We're going to watch it on the Rogers replay right now. You're going to see number 7, Dixon takes the shot. Actually, that was deflected off the young player that tried to block it in front, so I think Vesio had that until the deflection, so can't blame the kid for trying to block it. I would be teaching the kids to do that if they got a chance as an old coach. And but every once in a while things go awry, and that deflection was off the defenseman in front, and Vesio didn't stand a chance. So we're not going to count that one against him anyway. So, well, he's got just as much. Berube may have 5 goals, but Vesio is certainly have been is deserving of the player of the game too. As we're talking about it early, because this game is pretty well in the bag because of only 3:37 left, and I don't think Vesio is going to allow them to get 3 goals in the next 3 minutes. So you know, it's been fun to do. I just love watching these kids play, and they play for the sheer fun of the game. And sometimes we forget about that in minor sports. Yeah, winning's nice, but participation is much more. What you learn from a team like this with
Berube shot, scores! Make it 6, a double hat trick for Jake Berube. And I do have to mention it. That is the second goal where he's hit the top shelf goal. I'll say you keep the cookies, but you keep the corn going.
Well, I keep the corn and the peanut butter. Just want to let you know I've used both those terms, but that's, yes, thank you for one of my ridiculous comments. But here we go again, right on goal. That scores, Berube.
Make it 7.
I think they should put him on the bench.
Berube is got 7 goals, all 7 for Collingwood, the Blues. He's like 7-11. He's open all day long because he has been electric for the Blues.
This is amazing. This kid can shoot the puck. I got a sneaking suspicion he won't be playing local league very long. He'll probably be up on one of the rep teams if his dad lets him go. But just to mention the coaching staff, Scott Armstrong, Justin Garriock, Steve McCracken, 3 coaches, head coach, of course, Armstrong, Kirby Dixon, and manager, and Ian Legault as the trainer. Bench staff also for Collingwood Blues, Justin Berube, Rob Vizio as coaches, and Vizio must be working with his kid as a goaltender because, boy, this kid today, I believe that was probably who it is. Vizio it's just been outstanding. Manager Brooke Leal and Jay Johnson is the trainer, so...
It's also nice to see the parents getting involved. Obviously, you'd like some other local participation, but it's nice to see the parents getting involved in youth minor sports.
Well, yeah, this is what happens at this level, too, is that you coaches, not necessarily their sons or daughters play on the teams. I mean, the rep teams, sometimes the coaches have no a kid on their club, and back to live action.
And now here comes Murray for the Eagles. That one saved by Vesio. I'm not sure that was intentional either. Garriock keeps that one in play. Murray with some contact there. I believe that's to Vandermeer who will get it out of the zone. Giffen through the skates. Giffen up the boards. Lavely trying to get it through to Zeal and cannot. Dumped into the zone. Vandermeer goes to retrieve. And now here come the Eagles in their own zone. 1, 2, 3. Murray's got one to beat. Johnston, the only one left wearing the Michigan helmet. Murray through. Murray saved by Vesio. But a deflection. Vesio again there. My goodness. Dominic Vesio. Garriock, though, still there. Puck's still a little too close for comfort if you're a Blues fan, with only 1:35 left in this third and final frame. That one sent it right across the blue pane, and Johnston will go to retrieve and get it out, and he will. Hunter Johnston there able to get it out. Murray through one. Murray in, shot, blocked, and steered away.
There's a lot of contact in this game, and most of it's incidental, but some of these kids have taken some real shots.
They've taken some real licks, if you will, Gord. It's Armstrong now with about a minute to go in this final frame, and now it is officially a minute left in this final frame. Centered in front, Lavely. Murray, I want to say saved by Vestio, but I'm not sure if the pad or the player in front, and the great Mark Perry tells me, Mayor, we believe it actually did hit the player in front and not Vestio. Francisco, though, with 38 to go in this third and final frame. Armstrong, though, picks it up. Armstrong blocks before he could even get a shot, and that puck dumped down. It will be an icing, though, with about 22 left on the clock. But what a game for the Collingwood Blues, score to be able to, have I'll say a lower scoring start for sure. Only be up 1-0 and be able to continue what they've done even with only having 10 players on the bench.
But the thing is that the Eagles haven't gone home. they're out shooting basically the Collingwood, and Collingwood's got the Essa's got 26 shots, over 21 shots on goal. So
Armstrong can't get that one through the legs as we are now ticking to 3-2, make it 1, and the Collingwood Blues have won the Bunting final over the Essa Eagles. What a game as all the gloves and sticks go haywire as Collingwood get a big win and respect there by the Essa Eagles, and I gotta be honest, I am very appreciative that they also show respect to the Bunting final champions in the Collingwood Blues. And Gord, what a game we saw today here at the U9 final. Again, only U9 hockey, but we saw some highlight saves, some highlight goals, and all around, I thought, one of the best games I've seen all year.
Shots on goal 21, actually it was 21-20, and for Essa, but goaltending was a real key in this game, and it's tough to pick a player of the game between Vesio or Jake Berube, even though Berube's got 7 goals. That was a complete offense for this club. But with Vesio in goal, who's made some big saves earlier, kept the score close in that first period. It was only 1-0, and then Berube took over, basically what happens. And they have full marks. But the other thing is, Essa Eagles have been proud of their club, proud of their team. They never quit. And they had all kinds of opportunities, and just couldn't get it by Vesio. And both those teams should be so proud of their group that came in today to play hockey. I certainly enjoyed it. The game was entertaining. It was neat to see these guys play. And but also, in my book, Brady Armstrong probably was the best player. On an honorable mention to Legault as the goaltender, because he had lots of stuff. Great afternoon of hockey.
Absolutely, Gordon. That's not it. We got one more final here today. We got Oro against Shelburne. I'm not sure who we're doing play-by-play for that one. We still have to have a conversation in between. But anyway, what a game here today between these two sides. And again, champions are the Collingwood Blues, who again, Berube 7 goals. Vesio had a great game. But just what a day for Collingwood to go 3-0.
Anyway, folks, thanks so much for tuning in. This is Spencer and Gord bringing you U9 hockey here on Rogers TV on a great Sunday afternoon. Hope you enjoy the telecast.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
This is Rogers TV, Grey County.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Georgian Bay made U9 tournament. Spencer's had trouble with his microphone here. We're probably going to turn it up and get things started. But Spencer, we've got the U9 tournament here on Rogers TV this afternoon.
Yes, we do. Shelburne Wolves, as you see there, versus the Oro Thunder. I'm Spencer Byers alongside the great Gord Chapman up here in the booth. We bring you the U9 final, one of the many we've had over this tournament. We just did one with the Bunting final, and I definitely can't hear my producer, the great Mark Perry, so that's why I didn't start us off here today. But again, final. These two teams are 2-2 between here in Shelburne and Oro. So this game, again, and I also checked the stat sheet, these two teams have the lowest goals against out of any two teams in the entire tournament. So we should see some two really evenly matched teams here in this final.
Well, listen, I had to stand up because you said great. So, but you're right. We're looking at Oro here with both of them have records of 2-2 in the round robin. So they're going to meet each other. You said goals for, goals against. You've looked at the stats, and that comes along. See, 2-0 round robin, they beat Midland and Collingwood. So in the first one, and then of course 2 again defeated Collingwood and Oro. And you're right. I think we're going to see a very good hockey game. One thing about local league, folks, is when you're going to see effort and you're going to see these kids playing for everything they're worth, and you're going to enjoy this telecast this afternoon as much as we do bringing it to you here on Rogers TV. Spencer and myself, I'm Gord Chapman, Spencer Byers, and that's a thrill for us to be here. This is Weekend in the Rink on Rogers TV. As you see these guys getting set and shaking hands before the game. And this is our last telecast this year. And I want to thank all you folks who have watched and sent in the cards and letters and the comments that we meet when we're in the supermarket. Thank you so much for watching and letting us come into your living rooms, and for those folks that probably stream this at some time, hello to you too, because this is a new experience for all of us. We sometimes forget about the folks that will watch this when this comes on air, and they'll stream it from wherever they are, and we just hope seriously that you guys will enjoy it, and we're all set to go again. Spencer Byers is going to do the play-by-play, and I'm just going to sit back and relax and be the color guy, and that's a different role for me, but it's kind of nice to sit back and listen to.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, Gord, as face-off again won by, it looks to be, we'll call it the Navy shirts. That looks to be a real deep color there. I believe that would be Shelburne, as Oro is in the white. Shelburne deep into the Oro zone. That puck taken away, though, and dumped up and out by Oro. The Thunder, that puck called offside there against the Shelburne Wolves, as we'll get a face-off just outside the Oro zone.
Well, it's one disability that I have with minor hockey, with hockey at all, is when it comes to the dark colors, I'm not sure what they are because of a minor colorblind thing, but you're right. Oh, there's a good stop.
Big save there. That's Sawyer Jennings for Oro. That shot into Oro's skates, and Jennings again makes the save. That puck rimmed around by the Wolves, picked up again by Oro. Not able to get it out, however, but now they will, and now here they come. Wyatt Jennings now stopped up. Picked up, though, through Jennings' skates, through another pair of skates, and now again here come the Wolves. Fighting for it there at the red line. Face off not one, or pardon me, puck not one there at the red line, and then it will be dumped in. Couple extra players on the benches, Gord. We saw in the last game we did, there was only 10 players on the winning side, Collingwood's bench, and now we see a lot more on both benches. Now the puck will go to Shelburne, and that would be Brady Deacon. Deacon trying to get Deacon through and just could not. Now here come the Thunder. Through two, spinning. Trying to get a puck towards the net. Now get the forehand, but taken away. And that's Liam Hill, and now Liam Hill around the end. Hill in. Passes it into the middle, tipped away. Just can't get a stick to it. Looked to be Bungaro, and that puck will be sent all the way down, and that will be Charlotte with the pad save.
Believe it or not, that's a shot on goal.
Oh, that's 1,000% save percentage, Gord.
That's true. You're talking about the benches, and basically the local league is because of numbers, and it's amazing that some of these communities have 2 and 3 local league teams that have been in this tournament this weekend, and that's the way to go, and kids get a chance to play. And of course, they're excited too because they're playing in an OHL rink.
That puck off the stick. They're still in the Wolves zone, or will be able to retrieve it. That'd be Cicerelli. Cicerelli still got possession of it. Trying to get through. That puck will now scoot out, and the Wolves will have possession, at least for the second. That was Hill. Hill's still there fighting for it against the boards. Hill will come away with it, at least for the second, but now again, here comes Oro. It's Cicerelli. Blocked the blue line one more time. Seems to be a little more evenly matched here, a lot less end-to-end than we saw earlier today. Thunder, though, trying to get that puck steered towards that and immediately taken away there. That was Vogel.
Well, Vogel, number 12, made a really nice defensive play as he got in the way of that pass, and there he comes right back up the ice.
Vogel, though, can't get through the stick there, but now he's able to retrieve it. Vogel, and through another. Can't get back possession, and that puck will just scoot out. That puck off the skate. Through some legs again. Goes Vogel, but that puck again taken away. Now the Thunder with possession of it.
Pushed that puck too far forward and then had it taken off his stick and couldn't get over the blue line as he had a really good opportunity to come in on goal.
Again, puck fighting for it in the neutral zone, but now it goes into the Thunder zone. Picked up by Vogel, centered in front. Nobody home, though, for the Wolves.
Good defensive play by Vogel as he got a stick on that puck and kept it off the stick of the Wolf player that was in the slot. So
Figliomenti tried to get it through the middle there, but just could not. As now again, the Wolves will have possession. And one more time, guess who? It's Vogel. Vogel on another. Vogel trying to get it on target. Spins. Vogel. Save made by Sawyer Jennings. And there are 2 Jennings on the Thunder. It's Wyatt, number 19, and Sawyer, the goalie, number 30. So I will try to say both, even though Sawyer is definitely in the net, as a little tumble there by Vogel. Into the neutral zone and picked up. Bungaro tries to get it in, could not, and that will go off the boards and into the zone. That's going to be an icing call. It will, and the puck will go 200 feet the other way.
Shots on goal. It looks like Sawyer Jennings has had to make the best save so far, as they've had 3 shots towards the goal. But our young man down at the far end, Liam Hill, Charlotte Gillette, just had 1. So here we come again.
Face off again, won by it looks to be the Wolves, but Oro right away gets possession of it. Still fighting for it there in the neutral zone. Williamson's able to dump it in. Albee goes to retrieve. Up the boards, but taken away. That'd be Jennings. That'd be Wyatt Jennings. Shoots it, blocked in front again, and that puck will get out for Shelburne. Taken away. That'd be Liam Hill again. Hill on a breakaway. Hill all alone, scores! Liam Hill makes it 1-0 Shelburne, and he's been the danger man so far for the Wolves, and he showed it right there, Gord.
Oh, he did. He made a nice play. Taking that puck just outside the blue line and just split the defense and coming down. Managed to get it on his forehand and didn't make any mistake as he drew Jennings to the left and put it in the far side. And you could see him, he didn't want to do the backhand. Tried very hard to get it on the forehand and almost lost the puck off the end of his stick.